You see, some times ago, I had issue with one of my ears. After some time, I discovered that it transferred to the other ears. So the two of them, I was having problem. Then I went to the hospital and they carried out some tests and then they said, oh, madam, it's like you are diabetic. And I've tried to put up an argument. I'm not diabetic. There's no diabetes in my family. No one has it. And it's like from what we see here. Okay, so they said I was to run some other tests. But I left that doctor's office, with that information that it was like I was diabetic. And I discovered that from that moment, symptoms of diabetes started showing up in my body. And, I go to bed in the night. I could wake up 4 or 5 times to urinate. When I go to the church service, a service of like 2-3 hours, I could go to toilet like 2-3 times, and just like that, And I discovered that every time, I was hearing one thing or the other about diabetes. When I opened the news paper, there will be something about diabetes. When I opened the television, there will be something. I didn't know that the devil was targeting my mind. And then a time came, all the symptoms of diabetes was showing up in my body. It was so terrible that, I wasn't able to sleep at night. I will wake up during the night. I'll be thinking, God, why are you allowing this to happen to me? When you know I'm going to die soon, why is it that you allow me to get married, have a beautiful baby girl with a loving husband, and then I'm going to live there? And, I started losing my appetite. I started feeling all that was happening. Yes, back to the hospital, after we test, I got the result. I was to take it to the doctor. When I got to the doctor's office, the doctor was like, madam, please wait outside. And I was thinking, if they say I have diabetes, if they confirm it, what's going to happen? I said, I'm going to believe God. Okay, I said, then why don't I believe God? Why do I need them to tell me that I have it? So I just turned back. I went back to the record office, submitted my file, and I left the hospital. But from that moment, every time I began to think of diabetes, I began to see symptoms of diabetes taking place in my body, until one day I was before the Lord, and the Lord led me to the book of Proverbs chapter 14, verse 30. It said, that scripture says, a sound mind is the life of the flesh. A sound mind is the life of the flesh. That tells me that every sickness starts from the mind. When the mind is sound, it's going to give life to the flesh. But when the mind is not sound, then the flesh will lack health.